we've saved the best for the last, right? We've spoken about MSMEs, we've spoken about businesses, we've spoken about opportunities, we've spoken about challenges. What we've not focused on a lot is women in MSMEs. And, it's the last, but it is the best. And, therefore, we're very glad and very grateful, Hina Shah, that you're here with us today, and Ami's already introduced you. So I, directly want to jump into our conversation. At ICED, you've trained, mentored, supported women entrepreneurs across India. And you've helped over 100,000 women entrepreneurs start and grow their businesses. I mean, that's an amazing statistic, right? So I want to ask you, in terms of opportunities, what are the key opportunities for women in this sector, which they can leverage to succeed? But with opportunities, I'm also very aware of the fact that there would be challenges, and what hinders the development of women-owned MSMEs, and how can all of these challenges be addressed? So I'm trying to cram everything I can.
It's too much because they are very hungry. But nevertheless, I'm so happy that since morning you are only talking about men enterprises, and at least women's turn has come as usual at the end of the session. Always, even the policies also, even the teaching, education, everywhere. Nevertheless, let's begin in a new way. So it's my pleasure that I had been involved in developing women. If we see our society, our social structure and our education system doesn't make entrepreneurs. They always said you get the best of the marks, you study well, nahi padh rahe to tuition le lo, otherwise get into the job. और यहाँ जॉब नहीं मिलेगा तो बॉम्बे जाओ, बॉम्बे नहीं मिलेगा तो अमेरिका जाओ, अमेरिका नहीं मिलेगा तो कनाडा जाओ, अब कनाडा भी नहीं मिल रहा है तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाओ. And most of the children, they go to the tuition and they work for the jobs. When it comes to women, the context is very different. When it comes to women, and that is where the best and the worst, the challenges come. Women have been taught to look beautiful, to study so that they get a good husband and then settle down. And in our education system, there is no special motivation to women. And when it comes to the rural area, it is worst. Now in this situation, women have never motivated themselves to look into
the opportunities
at all. Because they don't have the attitude towards seeing opportunity. Because earlier father says, don't worry, main hu na. Then husband says, don't worry, main hu na. And then the children say, don't worry, main hu. तो मैं हूँ में हम लोग सब भूल जाते हैं. And that is why the biggest problem in our society is that women do not see the opportunities. Just recently we were talking about it, that we have got 60 million men entrepreneurs, SMEs. And in that condition, even though our country says that SME is the basic engine of our growth, women are only 13.5%. Why? Because that is the biggest constraint. And women entrepreneurship is not an automatic process. That is also another constraint. That doesn't mean our constitution has not given the equal status to men and women. It has. But our social, cultural, and our system of society has not changed. And for that matter, I'm very happy to talk to you that more entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, are possible if you men allow them to do that. So why women entrepreneurs? The number of women entrepreneurs whom we have trained. Ma'am, 12 बजे के बाद क्लास रखो, 2 बजे के बाद क्लास रखो, because my husband comes at 1 and I have to give him garam roti. So that system needs to be changed. Now, if we talk about the opportunities women have, and women can access any opportunity they can access. Women can be in the field of electronics. They can make meters, and they are making meters, ohm meters, multimeters, and so on. Women are in the engineering industries. They make the miniature motors. They make the rewinding of motors. They make armatures, and they are there. Women are in the field of plastics. They are in injection molding. They make the sweet boxes. They make the tiffin boxes, and so on. Today women are making the mouse, they are making the small accessories of the telephones, they are making accessories of the computers and so on. So opportunity wise, they are value added industries they are into. They are into retail, they are into the value chain addition, they are also working as ancillary industries. Large number of industries whom we have connected, and that is, they are in the textile industry, they make the collars of one of the textile industries, and they are part of the whole ancillary business. Few women entrepreneurs are part of the export orientation, they do the part of the work, job work for them. So you name it, and opportunities are there. But the constraints come when women are not interested in looking into the opportunities. They want to start a business, whatever they know. मुझे ये आता है, and whatever my family says, and family is not aware about it. So biggest problem is women go into the traditional businesses. So now the traditional businesses, as we talked about, the automation has gone into automation, and our women entrepreneurs are making non-traditional automized type of industries. When it comes to challenges, we just did a research, recently research with UN, and I would just like to share that biggest challenge is financing is underutilized. We have got
Underutilized.
Underutilized.
It's not access, but it's utilization.
Yes.
Okay.
All the banks have got. I got the other details also, which says that which are the schemes. And you
Women
go
are
to-
economical.
Sorry?
Women are economical.
Yeah. So therefore, they don't become the growth-oriented. We talked about the growth-oriented SMEs to bring the economic change in the country.
You need
So
to
women have
spend
to
on
be
the business to grow the business.
Absolutely. And problem of delayed payment from the buyers. That is the biggest problem. Women entrepreneurs, when they apply for the loans in the bank say, अच्छा, वो बहन छे, okay, उसने 6 लाख का project बोला है, अच्छा ऐसा करो 3 लाख दे दो. So the business becomes sick at that point of time. And by the time the business has been sanctioned by the banks, it becomes 2.5 lakhs. So then they are at the mercy of getting funds from somewhere else. So that is one. Another is lack of adequate information about various schemes. No schemes. Schemes are available in the policy. We are all about talking about policy. But how many of we know that what are the policy? And women have no idea. They said, "Acha, aap batao." Whatever my husband says, whatever somebody says, we do. I would like to request the policymakers to promote these programs in a bigger way at the television level, at the posters level, and so on. Adequate access to market, inadequate access to market, and technology. Lack of human resources and inappropriate product selection and machinery. That is another biggest challenges, and limited network and managing production. We just talked about it. These are the challenges women entrepreneurs face.
Right. So, when you speak of financing, how do you come in and how do you expand that horizon for them and enable financing for women? If you could give us the playbook.
We are working for the women to become entrepreneurs. So it is a big project. We have 3 aspects of it. We promote them. So promotion takes about 2 to 3 months. We go to women and we tell them that, ma'am, you want to become an entrepreneur? No. So we begin from that no to motivate them to say yes. It is much different than the men entrepreneurs in our country. So that is the promotion part of it, where we arouse their motivation to be independent, arouse their motivation to do something on their own. And thereafter, we do the capacity building. In the capacity building, we work for 4 levels. That is identification of the product which is viable in the market. Otherwise, tend to select only product what they know about it. So that is where the biggest challenge is, and they move in the market, do the study, do the research, and thereafter they select the product. That is the first step towards bankable loan receiving. Right. Secondly, consolidation of the resources. They know how to take the machine. They know how to take the raw material. But as we talked about it, that somebody is keeping 6 months of raw material, somebody is keeping 2 months of raw material, and women will keep for 1 year of raw material. They said, nahi hoga to main kya karungi? So that is the biggest problem, because they don't have the
Inventory
access and
management.
inventory management.
Right.
And secondly, if we still go further, it is the establishment. Loan sanction ho gayi hai, establishment period is there, but father-in-law has got an attack, so her whole schedule gets up, down, down, up. And by the time they start the business, their installments get started. So these kinds of problems are there. So during our training and educating them, we help them to make the viable project, and we call the bankers. We call all the financial institution, earlier state finance institution used to come, but we call the bankers and we help them to sanction their loans then and then. So that serves the purpose, and that is the biggest bottleneck what we have managed to cross.
You managed to overcome. So, tell us about some of the innovative financing models that are available to women, especially in this MSME sector.
Financial models is again a big, huge schemes I would like to share with you, and that is very, very interesting. I don't know whether it is innovative or not, but according to the government, these are innovative scheme. Innovative scheme has got Mudra Yojana scheme for women, where up to 50,000 rupees women get without any bilateral this. Ghar Divda scheme is available with Women Economic Development Corporation, especially for women model scheme, where they say it is 12,000 rupees for SC/ST. Now sometimes I wonder that is 12,000 rupees is enough for somebody to start a business? How can we take it as a model? But this is what is happening for women, not for men. Now, another interesting one is Prime Minister Yojana, which goes up to 1 lakh of rupees. But then they said, collateral leke aao. It is not written here, but then women, when it comes, it doesn't happen like that. Sri Shakti package for women, Saint Kalyani scheme for women, where they give 100 lakhs of loan, and all the men take it on behalf of their women, wives. These things happen, but still these schemes are there. And I would not say that they are only innovative. Orient Mahila Vikas, Anupama scheme, special scheme for tribal women.
So you essentially you're saying that the schemes are there, money is there,
yes,
but women are somehow not being able to benefit out of it.
Women are not being able to go there and take it because bureaucracy is very high and people are not aware about it. Here we come in between. We give them the seed money so they can use the seed money up to 50 lakhs, 50,000 rupees, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs. So they begin the business. Once they begin the business, all the bankers believe in them and then they give them the loans. When it comes to the rural area, we have the self-help group system in rural area where they save the money and bank gives 5 times, 10 times more money to them. And these are some interesting models where we have to give them seed money, we have to give them the extra linkages with the SHGs, and so on.
All right. Talk to us about technology. How that can be a game changer for women, and what are the and also platformization. How do you think that can propel women to be able to make gains in business?
Technology is always a fear for women, but when we take them to the industrial visits, from micro to small, medium they are so much afraid because they are not used to thinking about it. But micro to small, and when they see the machinery working, they feel very comfortable. We call the machinery producers to them, we take them there, they do a lot of demonstration, and I would like to say that they opt for the good machineries and high technical machineries as well. Up to 80 lakhs ka machine le liya, 25 lakh ka machine le liya, and things like that. That has changed a bit.
So the fear of technology is now out, you're saying?
Especially when you have to facilitate. It does not happen on its own.
Right.
Family members डराते ज़्यादा है कि अरे तुम कैसे चलाओगी, "Arey, tum kaise karogi?" and so on. And their another fear is their licensing and legal aspects.
Right.
So that they find it very difficult. But during the technology, as NASCAM said, that they facilitate hand-holding, we also do the hand-holding for the legal support. We also do the hand-holding for machinery selection. We also do the hand-holding for raw material exposure and buying it.
Okay. You know, if you had to lay out, you know, if a woman wants to be an entrepreneur, maybe sitting on the fence, does not know whether she wants to be, you know, what would you tell a woman like that? You know, where should she start? What should she do first? Or, you know, name the 5 things that she should do.
First of all, we tell her to be motivated and self-confident, where she would see that I can do it. I can't to I can is one step.
It's a journey, yeah.
It's a journey. That is the first step. Second step, the biggest problem is, kya banao? There we come with thousands of profiles and product details, what we keep ready for them in different sectors. That is the second step, where they feel comfortable once they are exposed to it. And once they know, oh, all these informations are available. So information giving becomes the stage,
Right.
where they select the product. Third is how to make a business plan, how to make profit. They feel मैंने जो बनाया बेचा और जो आया वो सारा profit है. So it is not that. So to make them aware about the third stage, that how to make the business plan, technical business plan, which consider raw material requirement, machinery cost, and then the production cost.
All right.
And fourth is the production management, where we teach them how to improve the quality, and they do very well.
How long do they need the hand holding?
For 1 year.
For 1 year.
For 1
And
year.
after that, they're able to continue on their own.
After that, they are on their own. Then these are the irreversible process. And I would like to tell you, all these women have never come back. Rather, second generation have gone into businesses.
So, you know, you started by painting a little bit of a gloomy picture, but would you now say in your own words, you know, that the trend line is changing?
That's the trend line is changing, and therefore 13% of women, that makes about 1 million something out of 60 million, something like that. And that's a big number.
Yeah.
And this situation is there in everywhere. In our country, we still have only 35% of women who have got the bank accounts.
Right.
So it starts from there. And that is what is happening in Egypt, that is what is happening in Africa, that is what is happening in many countries. We have got only that much. But the developed countries, Australia le lo, America le lo, UK le lo, 100% bank, 100% accounts are there in the bank. So it is easy for them to do the business. That kind of awareness there. In spite of that, Europe has got only 10% of women entrepreneurs. We are still better than them because their needs are different. So women have got many thought processes that entrepreneurship, 24 hours of job, husband hai, bacche hai. Initially they look after the children, then they look after the elders, then they look after many other things. So women have found that they lag behind because of the social conditioning, which is changing very well these days. Thanks to all the gentlemen sitting here, make all of your wives all entrepreneurs.
All right.
You can do it that.
You know, last 2 questions now. What are the emerging trends and opportunities that you think women entrepreneurs could capitalize on? That's one. And the last question is, you know, what are the steps that are needed, apart from, you know, the cultural shift that you've mentioned, to create a more gender-inclusive entrepreneurial society or an ecosystem within the MSME sector?
If I see the opportunities, women have many opportunities. When I started my business, I was the all alone person. I was making the packaging industry, plastic packaging, where I was making polypropylene bags. I was all alone. Now they are not alone. Government Niti Aayog has put up the platform which is called Women Enterprise Platform. Now such things were not there. And these platforms are, and the types of schemes existing is making an environment much eco-friendly for women. But our BDS providers, regulatory system, our technical institution, I would like NASCOM to join hands with us and take the technology to women. Now that is required more gender inclusive inputs to them. And I think that kind of seminar conducted by ET would be of great interest to women as well.
You know, that's a fantastic idea. And on that note, thank you so very much. We wish you great success. You know, you empowered 100,000 women. May you empower 200,000 women. Thank you so much for your time. And to the entire audience here today, thank you very much for being patient.